Thank the fucking elephant.
What up, y'all? Shut up, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of PJ's Movie Time. That's right, PJ's Movie Time. PJ Bozak, murder boy extraordinaire, juggalo fucking to the bone.
Much clown.
Every Monday putting down these fucking movie reviews. I've done such movies. Well, I've done horror movies. I've done action movies. I've done comedies. I've done really shitty B movies. I've done some pretty top quality movies too. But I just like to review movies, okay? And today we're going to review a movie from 1990.
Yeah.
And it's a superhero movie by Sam Raimi before he made the Spider-Man movies. We have Darkman. That's right, motherfuckers. We got Darkman. He is the shit. He's a cool character that came out, like I said, in 1990. Created by Sam Raimi. And if you don't know who Sam Raimi is, I've never hit a follower before, but there's always a first time. Anyways, Sam Raimi's put out such good fucking movies. Like the Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead trilogy, along with Army of Darkness. Fuck, he's put out such... Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, he directed that movie, and it's a fucking dope movie. It's really cool shit by this guy. I love it. Drag Me to Hell. But this is one of his first, a superhero he's pretty much, it's about a disfigured, brilliant scientist who's trying to come up with this new, skin, this new face you could put on if you're a really bad burn victim, and you could wear this, but he can't get it to last more than 90 seconds or 99 minutes, whatever it is in the movie, until it dissolves and it's nothing. And he's part of this big breakthrough, But of course, there's this evil rich guy in the fucking city who's trying to take over the city, and he's aligned himself with this guy named Duran, who's this mob kingpin. And they team up to cause terror, and they want a piece of that money, and some of their secrets got out loose. So they come to break into the lab where Dr. Westlake is working, along with his assistant, and they get attempted murder put on him. He gets his hands all fucked up. All of his work's destroyed, and there's a big explosion. His face and his arms are mostly burned away, and he gets sent off into the river, and they find him later on. He's put in the hospital, and they disconnect his nerve that makes him feel pain and stuff. And he wakes up out of the coma, escapes from the hospital, tries to find out what the fuck happened. And it's pretty much a revenge movie after that, yo. But like I said, it's directed by Sam Raimi, and it's written by multiple people, including Sam Raimi. We have Chuck Farmer, we have Ivan Raimi, his brother, and we have Dan and Joe Golden. They all put together this really cool, clever thing, a scientist who's trying to rebuild, and he has humanity taken away from him, So he puts together everything he can from his former lab, and he's trying to track down his fiance, and he wants to get revenge on this Durant guy and this other rich fucking asshole. It's a good movie. He finds a way to make fake faces that last 90 minutes until they bubble away, and then he goes and somehow is able to magically mimic their voice each time too. It's a great movie. It's a cool revenge movie. The budget for this movie was $14 million. It's a Universal Pictures movie, and it made $48 million in the box office, which is pretty fucking good for a B movie superhero. And they really took a chance with this Universal Pictures. And it spawned a couple other things too. I'll get into that, but who stars in the motherfucker? Who's in this? We have Colin Friels playing Louis Strack Jr., who's this rich fucking, he's doing a lot of illegal shit, bribery, and his secretary, who's Dr. Westlake's fiance, she's caught up in it. She finds out about his lies and is trying to leak it, and it's fucking crazy. And he's aligned with this other guy, played by Larry Drake, who's a fucking legend. Dr. Giggles, he's been in a few things. I like him. I really enjoy. He's in a Tales from the Crypt episode. He plays Durant, this guy who's a mob kingpin, pretty much. We have playing the love interest, the fiance, or soon to be. Well, she never actually said yes, but Julie Hastings is played by Frances Dormammu, and she does a pretty good job. And starring in the motherfucker, a very young Liam Neeson, playing Dr. Peyton Westlake, a.k.a. the Darkman. And of course, he's trying to get into track these guys down. He's wearing their faces. he's mimicking their voices somehow. And it's really cool, man. There's a lot of cool special effects in it. The editing's really cool, I thought, for the time. You can definitely tell it's a Sam Raimi movie. There's a lot of the tropes in there, a lot of the action sequences, a lot of the dissolves and the fades and all that, and the editing. It's definitely a Sam Raimi movie. And like I said earlier, it spawned two sequels, and I'm not really into the sequels. They're okay, I guess. But the also a comic book by Marvel Comics in the '90s. They did a 3-issue comic for Darkman, and later on, I believe I can't believe it might be IDW Comics. There was a Darkman versus Army of Darkness, which had Ash from Evil Dead, which are two Sam Raimi babies, going at it. So there's some comics that you can check out, plus sequels. They were going to do a Darkman television series, but the pilot never made it to light of day, and they never embarked on it. So it's the same. Now, of course, me mentioning Sam Raimi, his brother Ivan helped write it, but of course, his brother, who's also an actor, Ted Raimi, who I love in so many things, a man from Screaming Brain. He's in the first Candyman. Fucking loves Ted Raimi. He's in it, and we get to see Bruce Campbell in this movie for a very, very brief second. See if you pay attention. If you go to see, it's on Amazon Prime right now. If you want to watch this, by the way, see if you can find Bruce Campbell in this movie. The cinematography was by Bill Pope. He did a ton of music videos in the 80s and 90s, and he did a lot of stuff with Sam Raimi as far as like Army of Darkness and things of that nature. So really good cinematography there. It was filmed a lot, mostly Toledo and LA, and they also had a Santa Clarita Studios where they did a lot of stuff on the soundstage there. The stunt work's great in this. It's some cool stuff. There's a helicopter chase scene. It's one of the best helicopter chase scenes in all time, and Darkman's hanging off the chain of the helicopter trying to shake him off. Well, that stunt performer, it was like they like let him. It was actually him on that fucking chain swinging through a real city when they filmed it. So it's really cool. Costume design. It took 5 hours for Liam Neeson to get into that makeup, and it was cool seeing how his face is kind of like mummified, almost like a Phantom of the Opera, if you will, or like a mummy. And then eventually you see his face; he's just charred half. It's bad, man. He wants to restore his face, and he kind of can, but only for, like I said, 90 minutes until it dissolves. The special effects were great in this. The music is by Danny Elfman. Now I thought that was pretty cool. Danny Elfman, of course, Beetlejuice, Batman Returns. He's a legend for real. And like I said, I noticed earlier, I was kind of making the fit. I mean, Liam Neeson's a skinny guy. And he's trying to be this fat guy. So does he wear make himself look fat? And of course, and if his face is fatter than his actual face, shouldn't it be like hanging off him? And it shows them like listen to their voices and trying to like record them. And it's kind of stupid when you think about it, especially in part 2 and 3. You really see that. The one guy, Paulie, one of the lackeys of Durant, doesn't he fucking look like the Kingpin? This guy would have been, if they would have had a Daredevil movie earlier, and this guy would have been a great Kingpin. Just look at him. A lot of violence in this movie. Some pretty graphic stuff. A lot of stop motion with the hands because he gets his hands fucked up. A lot of graphic things with the murder in the beginning, and his science lab partner gets fucking suffocated, and just a lot of violence, just letting you know ahead of time, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. The famous zoom in shots of Ted Raimi. Like I said, Sam Raimi, I'm sorry. Sam Raimi's all over this movie. You can definitely tell. And I really love Darkman. I think it's core. You feel bad for this doctor who lost everything, and he's trying to restore himself, and he can't restore his humanity, the look of his humanity, but he's still a man deep down, and he can't feel pain anymore, but only physical. He definitely feels the emotional pain every fucking day. And and then they have a couple sequels, and they have a different actor, Arnold Vosloo, I think his name. He played Emotep in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. So you can watch those. They're still kind of fun. But yeah, great fucking movie. Go watch it right now. It's on Amazon Prime. And what do I rate Darkman from 1990, directed by Sam Raimi? For the nostalgia, I'm going to have to give it 3.5 out of 5 dog dicks. That's a good rating. So join me here next week after the gathering's over, and I'm going to be directing. Yeah, actually, that might be happening more sooner than you think. But join me here next week on PJ's Movie Time, where we will review. I'll give you 5 choices of Planet of the Apes movies from every era. I'll let you guys vote. Tell me which Planet of the Apes movies out of the 5 that I pick. Vote for the ones that are on the screen, not the ones in your head. And we'll do a Planet of the Apes movie for the first time here on PJ's Movie Time. I'll see you next week, motherfuckers.
Julie.